On the morning of December 29, 2024, the world was shaken by one of the deadliest aviation disasters in recent South Korean history, when Jeju Air Flight 181, a Boeing 737-800, tragically crashed upon landing at Muan International Airport, killing 179 people out of the 181 on board. This tragic event marks a significant and heart-wrenching moment in aviation history, and as investigations continue, it forces us to reckon with the various factors that led to this disaster. The flight, which had departed from Bangkok, was returning to Muan, located in the southern part of South Korea, and was supposed to be a routine commercial flight. On board, there were 175 passengers, including 173 South Koreans and 2 Thai nationals, as well as 6 crew members, all of whom were likely unaware of the impending catastrophe. As Flight 181 made its way towards Muan, everything seemed normal at first. There were no initial signs of trouble. The weather was clear, and the aircraft had undergone routine maintenance before departing from Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok. However, as the plane prepared to land at Muan, a potentially dangerous series of events unfolded. The control tower at Muan International Airport issued a bird strike warning just moments before the flight crew declared a mayday and reported difficulties with the plane's landing gear. Bird strikes, though not uncommon in aviation, typically pose less risk than the failure of critical aircraft systems like the landing gear. The 737-800, a reliable and widely used aircraft model, was supposed to land safely on its landing gear, but something went terribly wrong. Despite the flight crew's best efforts to handle the situation, the landing gear failed to deploy, leaving the aircraft with no option but to attempt a belly landing, a dangerous scenario for any commercial flight, but especially so at high speeds on a runway. In the minutes that followed, the crew attempted emergency procedures to control the situation, but the failure of the landing gear rendered their efforts ineffective. As the aircraft sped down the runway, unable to slow down or stop, it struck a concrete wall at the end of the tarmac, resulting in an immediate and catastrophic fire that engulfed the plane in flames. The fire, coupled with the intense heat and the damage caused by the collision with the wall, made rescue efforts extremely difficult, and tragically, 179 of the 181 people on board perished in the crash. 2 crew members, who were located in the tail section of the aircraft, survived and were later rescued from the wreckage, but they were the only survivors. Among the deceased were 173 passengers, including 2 Thai nationals who had been traveling to South Korea. Jeju Air, a budget airline established in 2005, had no prior history of major accidents, and the Boeing 737-800 involved in the disaster was 15 years old, a relatively common age for commercial aircraft, and had passed all routine maintenance checks. The airline issued a statement expressing its deep condolences for the victims and their families, and it vowed to cooperate fully with the investigation into the cause of the crash. The airline emphasized that no mechanical issues had been reported prior to the flight's departure from Bangkok, and it has activated its emergency protocols to assist with the aftermath. The investigation into the crash is being led by South Korea's Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, which has retrieved both the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder from the wreckage. These crucial pieces of evidence will be analyzed in the coming months to determine the precise cause of the crash. Investigators have already indicated that the failure of the landing gear will be a central focus of their inquiry, and they are working to determine whether it was caused by a mechanical malfunction, human error, or external factors such as the bird strike warning issued moments before the Mayday call. The fact that the aircraft did not stop after skidding along the runway and then collided with a wall suggests that the landing gear failure was compounded by other issues, possibly related to the aircraft's ability to slow down in time for a safe landing. The 2 surviving crew members, who were in the tail section of the plane, have been crucial in providing initial testimonies about the final moments of the flight, but their accounts have not yet revealed any conclusive details regarding what led to the landing gear failure. The pilot of the flight, who had accumulated over 6,800 hours of flying experience, was a seasoned professional with a good safety record, making the accident even more perplexing. As of now, the precise reason for the landing gear failure remains unclear, but aviation experts suggest that it could have been related to a number of potential mechanical issues, such as a malfunction in the hydraulic systems that control the deployment of the landing gear.